Completely forgot about the back door. Ooh, that one's on me. Didn't even think about this. Howdy folks, welcome to something new today, Emberward. This is a roguelike tower defense, where you use Tetromino shapes to defend your tower. Let's get it started. Easy, normal, and hard. We're going to stick to normal today. Now as you progress through the campaign, you're going to have different stages to go through, with the added difficulty shards, which will make the game just leagues harder as you want. You know, you can just randomize it. Sorry, love that sound. Chaos Realm, which is just a random, so you can do random hard challenge, however you like. Now, I'm just going to do the first level, because it has no extra modifiers like Bone Desert and Frost Ruin, where the map will physically change, like how it's being played. Misty Forest is just pretty standard. Okay, your standard layout. So you have your village, where you start off picking your character and tower type. We'll get to that in a second. Save. We'll be choosing these after. I'll say one is just the random select. The other is you get to custom pick yours within reason. And like any roguelike of this nature, you have to pick your path as you weed your way through to get to the ball. Let's get back to the village. Primary select. You have your character type. Now each of these characters has a special thing to them. Sorcerer has increased magic. Buff cards will be permanent, when they're usually only timed 15 seconds, sorry. You know, you have leagues of people to pick from, each adding their own big spin on how it's actually being done. Now I'd say, just for the sake of everything being normal, we're going to pick normal, you know, Fairy the Novice, and the Forge Fire. Now, the actual fire type itself can be changed up to whatever suits you best. So like, this is a standard, nothing special fire. Sacred Flame will have corrupted tiles throughout the entirety of all your stages. There'll be like these little red and black dots that you can't build on. This fire particularly will knock out those spots, cleanse it, and it will increase the fire's range for it to attack from up to 20. Arc Flame is just electrical fire. It arcs, stuns, keeps everything slowed down towards your tower. Personal favorite, Soul Flame. It has a ramp up progression of damage, that the more enemies this fire kills, it'll keep bumping its damage up to a crazy degree. Ancient Fire just gives a real general boost to all your towers. So for now, we're just going to do standard. Standard. And then on to the next. I'll say typically I would do Royal Library. However, I'm just, doing standardized run. We're going to do Academy, where you get a random assortment of things. Now you can reroll this an unlimited number of times. It'll be about the same caliber, where you get to see your tower type and your blocks. Up here at the top right, you get the special modifier abilities that, if you're building towards something specific, will ramp up even further. I say they're all good in their own way. It just depends on how you want to build your towers. Now I'm just trying to figure what would be the best display here, because each tower type has its own different ability to it. I'll say you have this electric type. Now you see at the middle section, it has a description of what electric is. I'll say it all just accumulates into stuns and chain hits. So it would be your best benefit to look at your top right, see which gems you have that are like building to something, and then choosing your tower types to reflect what you want to do. Now, I'm going to pick the bottom here because honestly it's the best display of like the synergies, because ice has a build up as a slow. Poison is mostly just tick damage with very, very little raw damage added to it. And fire is spread tick, more flat damage. So you just keep wanting to stack all of these together. And of course you can reroll your relics to be whatever you want, because of course you're trying to match relic strength to whatever your tower's best suit is. See, this is what you're looking for right here. Is that later on I'll have an electric tower, and this will just boost it to all living hell. And you notice at the bottom left is that you can review your relics at any time, but as well as that, you can review all the towers you have currently and the ones you have spots for. Now you can have up to 8. So when you start ramping up, it really starts to push forward like what you can and can't do. Well, can and probably shouldn't do. Okay, now we're down to the meat and potatoes of the game. Building for the waves. Now you start off with 80. You have your tower prices right here. The primary path that we'll be taking. And now here's where the game actually starts. You pick your blocks out. And if you notice, whenever you're about to place one of these blocks, it'll start to adjust where the path goes. So you have to maneuver them away from your tower as best as you can. And I say something where, like, just send them on tunnels of death. Now, these little glowing spots are boost tiles. The boost tiles will make whatever tower you place on them strong. Now later on you'll notice that our Tetromino shapes will have buffs on them as a standard thing, so you can start to stack them all together. So we have a range tile here for 100%. Now say dynamite tower, you get ludicrous range. And it basically has the whole map covered. So whatever comes in range is going to hit with dynamite. And that should cover the first wave. Now if you don't think that's enough, you can boost each tower specifically to have like little extra bits covered, just so you can have it do what you need to do a little better. Now I would say I always boost like range whenever I can, because the more time you have on target, the longer it will have to actually work out. Still good coverage, boost range layer, and now everything's hitting hit with both dynamite and frost. Let the wave go. Just gonna place some auxiliaries in the back. Yeah, the first wave is never anything to worry about. And it's just rinse and it's all about getting the safest route for your tower. Just gonna keep it pushing. Now it's the second wave, now we have bigger boys. Yeah, went from an immediate jump of 4 health to, where are you? 85. Now is when you guys start playing a little bit more strategic. Yeah, so now the dynamite tower has that one problem right now, that all of the blue is its firing area. The center where it's not blue is where it can't hit. So it can't throw immediately down at the bottom of the tower, but its area, its covering is so great that you can throw them basically anywhere and they're just going to keep hitting like that. You could just do really whatever. So this firing line, I say, because you want to apply frost as best as you can. Especially with the dogs you had just seen, you're going to have units that are way faster than the big boys. See, now we're running into the scary, where our path isn't long enough, so we're going to need to start doing some funny moves to get it out. Yeah, so you're going to have a path that looks a little ugly. That's fine. Dart tower will apply poison. So you always want to put poison further in the front so it gets more ticks. So by the time it gets to here, it's already dead. Now it seems pretty self-explanatory that the green part of the health is the tick damage about to happen. And you just see everything getting melted as it goes through. Is that even if it's not taking immediate damage, it's still taking ticks, so it'll eventually die. Just for the last little hoorah. Just, we have so much money right now. Yeah, let's end it. Yeah, there's no chance. Everything is getting ticked to absolute death right now. Now we're running into the interesting part. Almost. Almost interesting. And after each level, you get your choice of reward tower and relics. Now you notice that some of these have an X by X. That's how many spaces open you need to actually be able to place it. Now these are usually your strongest tower. Given the fact that it is 130 to place, it's going to do monster damage, but you need to be able to build around it. And of course you have your relics at the bottom that will be a part of it. So if you get something like, say, a Froststorm tower, you want to have relics already kind of building towards that frost, like ice build. As it seems right now, I have electric and poison, so I'm going to use reroll. There we go. Thunder tower. Easy pick. And rerolls I have a very limited amount of. Now, some spots on the map will let you unlock more of them. You just have to make sure, if you want to do that, you have to map out on the world map where you're wanting to go. None of the relics seem to be working out for me. I'm just going to swap that real quick. Of course, anytime you can take a look at your loadout and see what you have already here. Should have reviewed the damage before we finish the level. I'm not certain. Probably going to go with impact dispersion, because later on the bigger guys will start knocking on your towers, which will cause them to stop working. And that's just a real issue. Now we're getting to the interesting. The anomaly and corrupted levels have added modifiers to them to make them just that much more hard. But when you review the rewards, you can get a whole heap of things for doing them. So you can take the extra challenge, get the extra rewards, or standard battle, keep working your way forward, and get as you need. That's it. I'm going to show it off. I can't read that fast, so I'm just going to redo that. HP and rewards of all large monsters are halved. Each time a large monster appears, another one will spawn on the same path 5 seconds later. Okay, so we're getting some real nightmare territory, especially because we have a shoebox to fight in, essentially. But we have increased tiles for the trouble. So I'm just going to need to figure out how to best place these, where I'm not going to be really suffering that much later. I say I want a gauntlet in the very beginning, and eventually build it to where they have to both go through the outer stretch here. So it goes winding snake path, fire tower, eventually, hopefully never. I'll say extra damage tile. I'll say dead center dynamite should do its work. So 12 damage. Still 12 damage, but it should do good enough. I say we'll save up some money for the 3x3. I say the tick damage should get that spider. With the added benefit that anything gets close, your tower will ideally pick off what's left. Now, sometime a monster will drop a treasure chest, which will have buffs, coins, and then the aforementioned bonus tower, or bonus tiles. I'll say I'm going to do as many bonuses on the tile as I can. The ones I picked up were Poison Rune and Electric, because it's 3x3. If I do this right, I should be able to get all of my buffs on the same set of blocks here. So eventually want to have it to there. Just need 2 more and 20 more coin, though I need to make sure I get to the point where I can survive to use that. So fire boost that tower, range boost that tower. Ooh, treasure. Ooh, a free gambler's token. Yeah, I'll take that. Fantastic. So now whenever I get to have enough money for this, it's going to go drop on 5 tiles it can use, and sadly 1 that it can't. But it's going to do nasty damage. Just throwing them at me. Alright. Now say, I forgot to mention, these are buffs. Also, you can slow down the game at any time to a snail's pace, just so you can look and review as time goes. Yeah, see, these are enhancement cards. Now you can just drop those on any tower you wish, and they'll get an added benefit for a couple seconds. Although they do take up slots that would be for your towers. And now you have a tower that does 256 damage. Jesus. Yeah. we're just going to make that the monster. And this should be a unlosable situation. Although I have a knack for sticking my foot in my mouth, so we'll just see about that. Put a little bonus there. I'm going to say that's an explosive tile. I'm going to say it does extra fire damage to anything it kills, so we're just going to put fire on fire. And push it. Now let's just see what the... Okay. Dropping essentially electric mech rounds on the map. That's ridiculous. And the best part about that tower is I can build a second one immediately. Just gotta have the need the right Tetrominos. Now sadly this isn't as buffed up. It still does 200 damage. But this is the fun part, is that if you stack the same tower that's at this level, you can start to add the additional modifiers to it. So instead of running blue for extra range, you can run the red buff. Like in this instance, you have extra fire rate, and on hit it applies 100% fragile, which is just a debuff to like do more damage. So this is now the debuff tower damage, and this is just raw damage. I'll zoom this out. Yeah, that's insane. Sorry. Ah, there's the malfunction I was talking about. I'm going to need to mention that because of all this, my hand is now full and I can't do anything. Well, I can clarify. I can still do things, but I'm not getting new cards or spells because everything is now taking up space. So we're just going to place buffs on random towers because it's the final wave. I'm going to do one more for safety blanket. Now, at any time, you can increase the speed if you're really confident in what's about to happen. Okay, I say all rinse and... Now, I can't ignore the first relic. Poison monsters take electric, so now you want to start stacking. I say Balloon Tower is electric, but we already have basically the Tower of Destruction right now, so we just need something that's poison. And the game will not give me one because it hates me. Okay, close enough. Let's do Chomp Tower, legally distinct Chomp Tower, Encyclopedia with a dispersion system. Oh yeah, so now dispersion basically has no effect, or disruption. What can we do? Our first 3 lanes shouldn't be a big issue. Just need to start cutting off the roads that lead in. Yeah, because you can't block any paths as they are. You can only disrupt their way. So everything is led to a single choke. We're gonna want to do poison early, so we're gonna put the Chomp dead center. Can't upgrade it. 0 coins. Let's see how it goes. Okay, some got through. That's not a big deal though, because the tower does 1 damage, so to clear up whatever mess gets slipped through the front. 60 coins. We're gonna want to stack more damage up here. Trying to figure what's the best path for the... I say it all still converges. Could start setting up for Zeus towers. Yeah, it should be fine. Famous last words. 38 damage. Okay, yeah, the damage from Chomp is clearing the big. One slip through. Please. please. Ah. Happens. Getting greedy with my money. Shut that down. Shut that down. Run them around. Finish that. Feels like a big waste. Block path. Okay. It'll be fun. No money, but I have big... Extra range, extra damage. That's a slow. So I slow them in the front. They get greased. They get lit on fire by this. Works out. Okay, that path is basically blocked for now. And they're getting the run around from here. 180, no buffs. I'm gonna draw a card. Keep stacking poison. A little guy jump through. But Zeus Tower basically has it covered. Bink. Okay, we have 2 waves left. And an absolute insane amount of money. Well, let's go unhinged with it. Not that unhinged, Lord. And worth it. Drop one right in the front. Who cares? Just firing into parts unknown. Ooh, that's a lot of little guys. Getting zerged right now. Never mind, no factor. Okay, slight factor. Just a little paranoid. We'll call that a healthy amount of paranoia. Adds more steps to their path. Still got full coverage. Almost the right shape. Yeah, we'll do that. Slam it. Send it. Really need another electric tower. I'm confident. Now we finally get to see the buff. Now with this piece in particular, you can apply 2 buffs. Say, explosion, you already seen. Kills cause 10 area fire damage, so good for fire towers. Electric is good for electric towers. Royal is it's always on the top deck. Poison, poison. Range is not the same as greater. I'll say it only adds 50%, but it's still decent. Damage. We're just huge chunk of damage. So with electric being our primary source of damage, we're going to do electric. And this one has 2 because you can see those slots at the bottom. And greater damage. Just keep ramping that up. Ooh, I did say I needed an electric tower, but that isn't the best. Whatever, it's cheap. Okay, now, because the path I chose, I can either choose Anomaly. Block cards are distorted, which means the normal shape that we have will get jumbled into awkward little shapes. Or Corrupted, which has what you'll see in a minute, which have corrupted tiles. And I say, these spots you can't build on, so that just is something I cannot build on. Now, thankfully, on this corrupted area, we have a Mine Track DK style with huge buffs on it. Thing is, though, is that you can only put 1x1s on there, and the track will have them continuously move around the stage. So if you're trying to cover this lane, for instance, it'll start to run one way, and it'll completely avoid whatever you're trying to do here. It'll only get on the pass. So you gotta do something that'll have at least sufficient range to actually get it covered. So I'm gonna probably do some of these, honestly. Because they're not gonna be actively fighting, but they're gonna be good coverage, consistent bombing as it runs through the track. And I'm going to want to set up for later and just have a couple of those placed on these 2. And ideally I'll have them run at least through the back of it. Okay. It's going to run clockwise. Absolutely covered in dynamite. And yeah, it's done. Okay, we're going to want them to run clockwise with the pattern, just so my rotational towers, sorry about that, have enough time to actually put damage in. So the tower's gonna look a little wonky. So now instead of them walking straight into home base, they're gonna have to walk a country mile and a half to get right back in. Just gonna keep building that forward. It up. Come on. Thank you. Only a little stressed. Okay, we have our second nugget here. Just gonna burn a good bit of money on that, just to give him more time to run. They went the different way. Tragic. They still are gonna get hit with the Thunder Tower, but it definitely changes the game plan a little. Oh well, time to send it. Please be good. It's okay. Okay, scrap towers are actually pretty good, because it gives you basically burner units. They don't do a ton of damage, but they will do enough to clean up the little guys. But they also run on a very short time limit. Litter these along the path. I should be able to clear that. We'll get that next turn. And then poison every other path, every other section. That way you're actually getting full use out of Amplify. perfect example of why that was a good combo there. I didn't make mention of it because I'm still trying to process how to work this. Was that electric towers will stun and slow, and the poison will continuously tick, which will slow them down because poison being pure tick means it's not going to be a lot of damage, but it will be enough. So you keep stacking slow stun poison, and there's nothing that will really be able to take that. Next wave, not too bad. Till you get to the absolutely huge guys and the speedsters. Okay. So we're gonna do... it's not really full use on that though. That's the problem. I built it in mind, but not really what I need right now. You know what? The little sandwich stack I have going on? Working out pretty well. Believe in the process. Yeah, the big tower will take out whatever comes meandering too long. Okay, everything's getting slowed enough. Okay, and when the big guy tries to stun, impact dispersion and debugging are making it to where they do not stay down for too long. It's not even a full second, I think. Ignoring the fact that I didn't upgrade those roaming towers that are doing a good chunk of my damage. Yikes. No, we're just gonna full send it. Yeah, it's like a quarter of a second. Yeah, they're not making past Hamburger Hallway. Let's get ridiculous with it. Death by 1,000 shots. That's ridiculous. Something actually made it through Hamburger Hallway. That's ridiculous. Show me the money. Absolutely, I'm building more electric towers. Ooh, now this is what I was waiting. Poison. That will just shower whatever walks in between the path with just buckets of poison fire damage. Ooh, that actually is pretty good. 3 seconds, critical hit. Nah, they always go for speed. Poison take 10 extra damage. I'm not a huge fan of like the 10%. I do like volatile poison. So whatever damage the already poisoned guy is going to take is just going to get splashed. Okay, gotta get a good lay of the land first. Looking a little rough. Being on. So I want this to be the entry, but I don't know how I'm gonna get it to be longer than a shoebox. Like that, maybe. Path block. Path blocks. Need that to be a little shorter. Okay, we're fighting a war on 2 fronts with this. Slime's very low health. I think they have 8. Retake that piece, because if you hold mouse one long enough, it will just take back whatever you placed. Take that back. Do that. Get a poison sprayer. So now it does 34 damage. So now they're getting absolutely soaked on that end. And now we are stuck in critical poverty. Electric tower here. Coverage. only coverage for one area, not both. Let's just hope this works out for the best. Something good? Something okay. Okay, electric speed buff. See what we can do with this. Padlock. Do I split? Good question me. Do I do that, or do I just... Ooh, I don't know. We are hitting slight levels of panic. Big block, really not helping. Still good coverage. Modest coverage. Sprayer here. Another electric here. I'm just praying this one works out for the best over here. Because they both do 34 damage. And that's whole health bar. Yeah. By fire damage, converted explosion. We can convert this to a fire tower. So naturally we do this. Draw for little block. Doesn't get little block. Ends up depressed. Even bigger block. Even bigger block. Man makes a plan and God laughs. That's really how that works out. Okay, we're gonna hit him with the lethal car wash. Now, do I want to do fire before poison or poison before fire? I think poison before fire. Only does 25, but should do nasty damage. And a biff to that. Excellent work from me. Can't get this low level quality anywhere else. Okay. Still gonna put it here, but I need to think about where to put the other. See how that tower stack is going. Okay, everything is getting killed before it gets to that tower. Should be grateful. A little disappointed. Sound it. Jesus. Am I the bad guy here? Yeah, just light the forest on fire. Nothing needs to live after we're here, right? Ooh, no. Oh. Car wash unsuccessful. Oop. Wait, there's a whole jungle gym over here? Oh, I should have burnt this down ages ago. Got absolutely dumpstered by those towers. Ridiculous. I'll say protection might be good. It stops all malfunction, gives a small boost, but because I have these two stacked together, I don't really need it. Would like some range, or would fire rate be better? Yeah, I'm gonna do fire rate. I'm gonna do the dumb thing. Fireball, Arcane Axe, or Scrap. See what else? Auto Hammer. Well, it would do Zeus Tower pretty good if I had a Thor Tower too. Convert that to electric. Get it pushing. Okay, now here's what we say, shop or camp. I say campsite has Gamba in it. Circus of Value. Let's go. Ooh, what do we get? I just filled my last spot because I wasn't counting. Ooh, do we swap Dynamite Tower though? Yes. Do some TLE. Nah. I'll say Corrupted Altar. Next battle has a challenge attached to it, but after that you get a free relic. Fire damage is doubled. I don't have any really chill towers. Should be more fragile. Ooh, the challenge though, to get the Spear of Thunder God. Can't see the paths, can't use character's active action skill, cannot use block cards during battle. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, hit me up for both. So now I have to use all the cards in my hand, and I can't see where they're coming from, which is pretty easy to predict because I got a decent layout here. Just need to figure what's the best path. I say first wave is 30 slimes, so I can kind of guess. So they can either do that or that. I say exterior ring is open, secondary ring is mostly open. This is just a funnel, so that path is blocked. So ideally they're both going to be coming down. I would, I say through here, wrap it around to... So just need another look at it. This path is blocked. So they're either going to pour in from here, probably here because it's shortest. Every other connective path besides that little section there, it's blocked. Send them down. Starting to bunch a little more, that's concerning. Nah, Fireforce got it. Ooh, got a mega block on that one. Oh, oh, I picked it up before the next round, so it destroyed. Yeah, I'm a melt. Fantastic work from me. That's a little irritating. Could funnel them this way. Yeah, probably gonna do that. Gotta make them work for it. Tunnel here I can make. That way they have to go like this. I could probably build a connecting path here to push them down. Slight panic. Ignore that. Completely forgot about the back door. Ooh, that one's on me. Didn't even think about this. Yeah, that was rough to watch. And more than slightly irritating. Yeah, those paths are important to look at. Trudged on that for a while. Can I please get a long piece so I can just build it up so it can hit this tower? That's what I would like, is have that. So they both get funneled through. Just gotta mentally map this through, out, and around. These guys will just go straight unless I do something. No money. 9 seconds. Can't believe I wasted all that time. Biffed it. Forgot about the time limit. Oh, I'm washed. My two little guys are carrying me right now. I have well and truly done it to myself. Come through, get smacked with the hammer. Money, 45, get that. Yeah, I made a mess of that bottom. Of course, most of them are gonna be making my life a total joke. Come on, speed it up, little guy. Electric boost. I'm gonna put it one right there until I have enough money. Okay, significantly less panic now. Just a lot more forethought needed. Call that the roach check. And the little guys slip through, just get swashed. Once I get the sprinkler, it becomes null and void. I'll power place that. Drop it, upgrade it. It's fine. I ain't touching those. I know this trick. Flash. Give up, you lost. Bond. Yeah, I need a little bit of health. Scrap towers there for the boost. I don't think anything's gotten close to this yet. Still gonna boost to electric when it gets that upgrade. Oh boy. So the strategy of just stacking thunder towers is failing right now. Because so many big guys got through. Hopefully the poison will do what it's supposed to. Just keep them staggered, keep them... I was gonna say, you gonna do anything about that? And the last little guy just needs to get washed. Okay, that was too close for my liking. Free relics. And a bone. Good stack for poison. Arcane. More arcane. And even Ballista has poison on it. Risk it for the reroll. Not a great reroll on my part. Another. Arcane. Fire. More poison bombs. And boss time. Now we gotta employ everything we've earned at this point to do something better. Poison tick. Electric towers can increase crit chance. Poison and fire. Have all malfunction and poison. And now we can actually see the path. And just like before, we have the line cards, so we have 2 tracks now. The question is, what do we put? I reckon probably the poison dart. It's not going to do a ton of poison damage, but it's going to do enough poison. Hopefully that'll let me stay. You know what? I don't trust the fact that that's like cattywampus. Better have that set for later. Double stack there. The thunder tower. Just to be sure, 8,500 health. So you got to put a real hurt on it. Okay, it's cutting the wave pretty decent. Not doing super great damage to the boss. Okay, let's get weird. Not as weird as I'd like, because the corrupted tiles are in the GD way. Yeah, we haven't seen him in action yet. Fire with fire. Could do some work. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Swap out that. Put the electric shooters in the middle, so he gets full benefit. Attack speed. Set up for hammer in a minute. Decent wave damage, not really damage to the boss yet. Now we'll cut fire, Fred. Now fire, stun charm. To think. 2 waves do an incredible amount of damage. Need to second the boss damage. 2 rounds left to make it all count. Just need some ticks. Prolong the fight. Gonna be close, but I think we got it. Close it out. Place in here, make it a sprinkler. Anything just to get that last little bit of damage, because we're not going to get a do-over for this. And boss kill. Now we just need to finish the wave. Which at this point shouldn't be a big issue. Yeah, I'll be honest, it was looking real sketchy there for a second. To be honest, it's looking real sketchy now. Bonus. Success! It took almost 2 hours, but we made it there. But yeah, solid game. Has some really tough challenges later on. I would say give it a good try. It's only, what, 15 bucks for hours of content, so I would say that's an easy deal. Anywho's, thanks for watching, folks. If you made it this far, doubt it. But I like to be surprised. Sub if you're not. And take care of yourselves. Until next time.